Blah. Blah. Oh, wait. Blah? Blah. Okay, there we go. Oh, my lord. Why haven't I not... Is there a reason I haven't downloaded freaking ad blocker on these... on my YouTube yet? Probably just because I'm a dingus. Anyway. We get to... We get to, you know... We do some art. Art time. 'Tis art time. Ugh. I think Saren, dearest Fahrenheit, was talking about needing like some kind of chair or setup that assist with good posture. I would love one. I'd love good posture. You know how it is. Ugh. You know, I don't think anyone's here yet, but that's probably good because we are working on Patreon stuff. So shh. It's secret. Secret. Let me look at TikToks my friend sent me though. I can do that live on the air. They were both very funny memes. Oh my god. I would like to say here now that freaking if one more person... Oh wait. Okay, if one more person tries to tell me that everyone's hiring and there's jobs everywhere, I'm gonna go insane. I'm going to lose my marbles. I was literally just going off on family about it. Because they're like, because I heard back from a job, which is how low the bar is. It's any job I've heard back from. And they're like, well, why aren't you applying to our jobs? And it's like, I do. I don't tell you about it. Because I never hear back from them. But anyway, let's get to this. I might, depends, may have to change projects after enough time, because, I only got 3 panels. You'd think, oh, 3 panels, this will take a minute. Well, if I could make 3 good panels super quick, then, half my process would be cut out. Also, I just realized I should probably get some reference for different stuff. I realize I do have a reference layer here right now in my little file, but it does not include reference for the particular thing I need at the moment. You can see I think ahead so much. I'm trying to look for interesting looking pipes. But sometimes that's art for you. I need something super mundane, though not so mundane that it isn't actually kind of interesting to look at. I don't know if anyone could hear that. There might not be anyone here, so that'd work out. But I mean, it kind of works out, because I was doing this earlier today, but I was like, I can do it on stream, and I want to just hang out for a minute. What was I just thinking of? But I don't know. I completely forgot what I was saying. Because I'm a dingus. Oh. I'm not. My stream, honestly, I've had some great streams recently, so I'm not about to be like, where is everyone? I don't know. At church? It's Sunday, isn't it? So, the Lord's Day. do have on Dearest Chinology's personal personal streaming playlist, because I was like, I need something that lasts a while, and I realized I had saved this, so might as well. What else was I thinking of? I don't even know, like, what friends might join us, if any friends do in fact join us, because a group of my friends play games, board games on this particular night. So, you know, they're not gonna just stop out of the blue and be like, Cahill, I'm so glad to just talk to you and do nothing else while you stream and get all the attention. I don't blame them for maybe not participating in that, instead actually getting some human interaction in. Back to the job conversation a bit. I do kind of feel like that's why I end up being antisocial in personal time, because basically I'm like, I'm going to be forced to interact with people in the not too near future, in the not too far future. So why would I? That is something that takes energy, as is the definition of introverted. So why would I do that now? Relaxing would be me staying home. And I was thinking about this just because I was like, man, I stay in my room a lot, but then I'm like, yeah, but I've got like 4 days where I'm going out and working this week, so maybe I'm fine. Maybe I don't have to worry too much about, you know. Also, I just want to make sure everything's chill. Max has updated me, they cannot make it tomorrow. I keep forgetting what day it is. All time blends together. Oh my lord. Okay. Back to pipes. Checking phone, checking alerts. But back to pipes instead. How about we get like a... It would be interesting to get like a vertical one. I'd be very maybe what I need to start doing, and I've thought about this because Alex Ross, who is a very talented and decently famous comic artist, like, he makes these busts and figures of comic characters in order to draw them as realistically as possible. I was thinking about doing that with some of my characters, just so I know how light works and shit. I need clay. Need some clay. Need like a wire figures. See, this is the problem. I'm not an expert on sculpting original little figurines, so I'm like, where do we start? Where did I get the materials for this? The answer's in your heart. This is literally due tomorrow. That's why I'm like, it really doesn't matter if people show up. I'm on the clock. It's gonna happen. What it's gotta get done, no matter what. So why not make a stream out of it? You know, that's kind of my motto sometimes. Sometimes like I could stream this, and I like streaming, so why not? Why the heck not? There's something special happening today. I'm trying to think. No, I think people are just doing stuff. I only ask because I've seen people live and stuff. My mom went out, etc., etc. I'm saying a lot of hustle and bustle. I'm like, was there something going on? I don't think so. As far as I'm concerned. It might have been some kind of personal holiday for lots of people, but not for me. For me, it was just Tuesday. Is there some kind of like... Because back to the idea of a posture device for... You know, to help with your back. Is there something that could help with, like, back and butts? Oh my lord. I love when I go streaming and fucking Clip Studio does that. I don't know if I'll get it anytime soon, but like Nintendo has addressed one of the biggest things I'm always afraid of when trying to get into a new series, like how do I play the older games? And they put all the older Pikmins on Nintendo Switch. So now you can play older Pikmins. And I was like, hot diggity darn. Am I about to start playing some Pikmins? It kind of, after trying Katamari for a minute and being like, I don't think that's for me, Chief. Pikmin seems almost like a simpler Katamari, you know? Still collecting stuff. Still these weird, unique gameplay mechanics. It's just one is a little easier to control, which is always nice. I'm not against funky controls, but I feel like something like that has to click with you, you know? Where it's like, this doesn't hurt my brain. My brain isn't in pain playing this. That's good, that's good. Oh my goodness. Please. Please, Mr. Clip Studio Paint. Stop doing that. I'm getting a butt pillow. I'm getting a butt pillow. It's not even a special kind of pillow. I just use it to help cushion the seat that I do streams on. Because I need a little cushion for that. Ugh. I don't know what it is. Maybe my old age is just like, you can't sit in some chairs now. Is that what getting old is? I've heard, like, people talk about how they don't know you can have pain in certain areas until you're older. But does that include just sitting in certain ways? The mysteries of life. I'm trying to... Sometimes when you... What's the thing, you know? When you try to make a drawing smooth, you end up with a little corner. I'm just trying to smooth it out as best I can. I don't know what hallways will... That's the so... Also, I'll talk about it a little bit. If you want, but if anyone wants the rest, they can go on Patreon. But the idea is like, this story takes place trillions and trillions of years in the future, and I am completely aware. Okay, I'm somewhat aware of the, you know, of what that means. You know, enough time passes and a lot of stuff changed, completely unrecognizable from what you think it was once like. So with that in mind, I'm kind of throwing I'm throwing a little bit of science out the window with bits of this series, just because I'm like, I cannot possibly accurately know what certain things will be like in conceptual infinity from now. So we're just gonna get a little fanciful with it. At the end of the day, it's almost just an excuse for me to be able to do whatever I want with certain aspects of it. You know, I don't have to worry too much about what was the thing, you know? I'm a stud muffin. Oh, gosh. Hello, Meat. Meat, what do you think certain things will be like trillions of years into the future? You'd know, right? I'd hope you know, because I don't. And apparently we're supposed to. I'm sure, according to the internet. I just want that part well documented. You know what I'm saying? The book All Tomorrows. I am not. Does it touch on this subject? Is there in fact a piece of... Is it fiction, or is it more like one of those science books where it's like, let's talk about some scientific concept? It do. Oh. But anyway, I just want to... It's fiction. Ah, even better. I just want it well documented, you know, me at this point, that Fossil Boy, the Cahill Comics comic, is not meant to be an accurate prediction of the universe and technology trillions of years into our future. It is just a theoretical framing device. And evolve differently. I see. Yeah, you see, I'm not doing that. I'm not just like, it's trillions of years into the future. Clearly, humans must evolve. No, I want to draw cute girls in a bit. So I'm not going to make aliens. I'm going to make cute girls. You get what I'm saying? My criticism, exactly. I'm just saying. Maybe it's the peak of hubris to think it would get this kind of attention. But like, if Neil deGrasse Tyson tries to come at my work being like, well, actually, in 100 bajillion years, chances are things won't look like this. I'll be like, I fucking know. But you probably don't know that either. Or maybe we do. Maybe we do know that accurately. But that's a lot of extra reading for me to do. Usually, I'm okay with doing a bit of extra science in order to make my fiction a bit more grounded and kind of just like, oh, that's neat. But not this time. Because we don't fucking know, actually, for real. So who cares? Some people on the internet care is the answer, and which is why me and Meat are having this conversation. But I don't. I don't. If I get Actually by Neil deGrasse Tyson, I will literally use it as advertising. I will make a poster and put it online and say Actually by Neil deGrasse Tyson. And hopefully that would get more people to read my comics. Granted, there's not a lot going on in the comic right now, but as you can see, if you want, go check out the Patreon. It's literally $1 a month. Please, I'm begging you. It also helps with our stream goals for next month. So if you do it this month, then that means next month we get an even bigger head start. But anyway, right now it's been just kind of a lot of little cute setup with a little robot man. But as you can see right here, stuff is happening. Stuff is currently happening. And I'm excited for that. I think part of it, because like, the reason I started drawing this comic specifically was just to have a little bit of fun. Draw things I like to draw. Maybe practice with my art a bit, etc., etc. And so with all that in mind, I try not to stress too much about it. But some of the comics up right now seem like, I'm like, oh, these are kind of lacking in certain compositional aspects of on the image, in the individual images. But then I'm like, well, the current setting before this hallway right here is a moon-like planetoid in nowhere space. And if you know anything about space and moon-like planetoids, here's a bit of science for you. There's fucking nothing there. It's really, really hard for me to add a bunch of junk to the background when I'm trying to somewhat accurately, make it look like middle of nowhere space. Meaning fucking nothing's gonna be going on. Yeah, no. Here's the thing, Meat. You literally always come first. If you're like, Cahill, I do not have the money. Yes, absolutely. But I'm still gonna push it, because eventually someone who does have the money will hear it, who is like, yeah, I can spare $1 every month. Hello? Well, what? Meat, what? Huh? Meat, weren't you the one who also got us to $100 by playing like this beats $12 a year? What? Me doing a that beats $12 a year for a Patreon. You know what? Fair. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you. Thank you, me. I appreciate it. That actually helps a lot. I don't know if I talked about this, and I wasn't gonna talk about it on stream, because like I'm not gonna use Oswald. Like during charity streams, it's one thing, because I'm like, it's charity, it's a good cause, and also I'm just like bringing him up for the peoples to see him and everything. But I'm not gonna like ever actually use Oswald to get money for myself. But that being said, he's a man who can be recognized by one sound. Anyway, but I did have to get Oswald a new nail clipper today, because if you don't know, rabbit nails are not like human nails, so you can't use human nail clippers on them. Maybe that's very common knowledge, but I'm just saying for extra context. And that was something I was like, oh yeah. I'll hear you out, Meat. If you have an idea to grow the Patreon, please, by all means. The floor is yours. Are you saying I make it $2,000? And then it's almost like a dare? Like, we only need one person to subscribe. If I made $2,000 on Patreon a month, I would not have another job. Not for a while. Someone will steal it. So okay, wait, me, I think I hear what you're saying now. So you're saying my comics are garbage. Got it. Okay. Okay, we can work with this. Where do we go from here? At least 2 to 5 minimum. You think? Well, the problem is there are already a few people sub to it, so I'd have to ask them what they think. But I will say duly noted, and I mean that, in like the most respectful way possible. It's not like in a medieval or political drama where they're like duly noted, and you know they're just kind of pissed off at the person. No, I mean legitimately, that I think it is a completely valid thing you are saying. So with that in mind, it's like, maybe I should. Maybe they're right. Am I a whore? You have other tiers? No, I only have the one. But that's the thing, right? Like, I try to put this up as regularly as possible. This specific comic. And then anything else is just like, okay, if I can get to it, then I get to it. So that's why I don't have different tiers. Oh, I forgot. That link still... you have no pressure to click on that now. But that link does still technically work, and we do still have to play Fortnite tomorrow. I didn't expect it to pop up right now. Would have bought... I can check with them. So we will see about that. That is literally the only reason I would not raise prices, is that the people who have thus far supported me are like, no raise prices, and I'm like, okay. If you say so. I do... what was I thinking of? I don't know, it's interesting, right? Because, so, purpose of donation is to fund the project. Yeah, exactly. I mean, let me talk out my reasoning with you, me. So, it is in part... My reasoning for the pricing of the Patreon is in part based kind of around Shonen Jump. Where I am at in the world, you know, for whatever reason, Shonen Jump, the app on the App Store, is $2 a month to get all of One Piece, all of Dragon Ball, all of Naruto, a bunch of stuff, blah blah blah, right? So I see that and I'm like, that is literally nothing. If I don't have $2 a month, then things are going on outside of me reading manga, so this is fine. And that's kind of the logic I applied to my comics. It's like, well, if I'm putting comics up on a Patreon, then $1 a month is just like, oh, it's whatever. I don't even gotta care. You know, I don't even gotta worry about it. I want to support Cahill and get some comics, so might as well pay $1 a month. Oh, yeah. That's the thing, I'm also sharing mine. Because that's the thing. I mean, a lot of my streams are filled with this stuff, meat. At the end of the day, is I genuinely kind of enjoy just talking shop. You know? I have a dream. I Giorno Giovanna, have a dream, and I want to make it a reality. So it's just like, okay, how do we do that? you know? Yeah, that's true. Well, but you're saying they already have that because there's other stuff that brings in the uh, cash. I would argue. I set it that low because it cost me nothing to produce the comics and keep the Patreon up. And the plan is always just kind of like, okay, if there seems to be enough support that maybe feasibly we could make it some kind of living, then we raise the price a little bit to actually cover bills. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Is I'm not worrying about if it's paying the bills. I'm just like, if it makes me money, that is great, and as many people can enjoy the product as possible. I need to get the audience there first. That's the real issue we need to be tackling right now. How do we get the audience? And the answer is uh 7 identical Cahills sitting around in a room just doing that all day. Hmm. Uh, I. Oh. Hmm. Spoonky, hello. Me, I went to Spoonky at one point because I was like, "Hey, Spooky, I feel like garbage about my art. Can you tell me these comics are okay?" And they're like, "These comics are okay." And I was like, "Thank you, Spooky, the best." And also, they join Spooky's Discord because they have a whole thing for commissions right now, and that's honestly it's pretty cool. Usually, I'm like, why would I join a Discord if like they're not gonna at me about streams? But A, if there's already cool people in it, and B, if it's gonna be like your favorite artist is taking commission right now, that's a pretty good reason. Spooky knows where it's at. Yeah. Aizokun? I know Aizokun. I need to watch it. Anytime. Yeah. I was thinking of. You know, I can give Meat and Spooky a little preview. There's the comic going live tomorrow. Like it's already on the Patreon, but this is going free tomorrow. I listen. Yeah, I need to watch it. Here, this is the thing, Spooky, though, is we were talking about Patreons, right? And I was like, I have mine priced at $1 because, like, I get Shonen Jump for $1 because that's so cheap, I don't care. Crunchyroll is like $8 and I don't have $8. I don't have $8. In theory, I could have $8, but $8 out my pocket every month, I'm just like, I have to keep up a portfolio website, like not hosted on another social media platform to be a professional, and that costs like $20. So already without anything else, I gotta worry about that every month. Oh my goodness, I'm not. We've gotten too inside baseball. Don't actually talk about Bill. This is a pop. I feel like this is why it's so interesting to think about. Yes. No, so I I feel like I'm about to scare everyone away talking about this. Walt Disney. I know. Wait, come back. Spooky and timid. As I've said this before, I've said this before, and I won't talk about Spooky too much, but Spooky's ability to be like, oh yeah, I'm watching the new animes coming out, plural, and I'm just like, I can't watch an old show from the 80s to save my life. Like, starting a TV show is so hard for me these days. But yeah, I thought about this. So Walt Disney, who as a kid and still even somewhat as an adult, I've been like, I am incredibly inspired by what this guy did. He had a brother, right? Technically, he had like 3, but most of them ran away from home and disappeared from the history. No, they lived. He had 3 brothers and a sister, but only one of them matters, and that's Roy. And Roy was good at accounting. So when Walt Disney said, I want to put 24 karat gold on top of my theme park castle, Roy would say no. He did do that part anyway. He did put actual gold on top of like each of the real castles he made. But the other stuff, the stuff when they were like making movies and stuff, he would say something insane, Roy would say no, and then they would be like, okay, we have a business. And the name of the company was actually Disney Brothers at the start, but then it just became Walt Disney. But yeah, I realize I don't have that. I don't have a Roy. I do not have someone in my life who I'm just like, hey, do you want to get in on this endeavor with me? And they are like, yes. I will be accounting man. So I'm just kind of freeballing it. That's why I'm trying to find a good gig to be like, okay. There's DNA. Why don't I have an ad blocker on YouTube? Why am I the only person on the internet? Hi, Shadow Mage. But yeah. Bolts. It's so hot and me. Oh, I cannot do heat. Heat, awful. Disgusting. I'm not convinced humans were meant to live in hot places. Granted, the way our evolution has gone, we just kind of go wherever. Oh my goodness! Thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Spooky. Spooky, let me show you some things. Consider Smug. Consider Bunwee. Gun. It's not hot, exactly. Among Us. Okay, wait. Real quick, back to human evolution. It's so weird how this ties in. Among Us is just really fun because I love the character design, and the reason it comes up in, like, people are just like, is that an Among Us? Is because it is like one of the most simple ways to draw a person. It's a body. I Spooky. You're so you get it. You understand. But it's a body, legs, and a head, right? There's an Egyptian god. I forget who. It is not a highly mentioned one. It's actually in Persona 5 though. But like, it is that design basically. Like, people have been drawing little people like that for millions of years because it is one of the most simple, pattern recognizable ways to draw a person. So when Among Us did it, it was the first time in like the internet age it had been like popularly done. And now people say that everywhere and relate it to the brand. This is super interesting because there's another thing that we have nowadays like that, which is loss. And I would vote that that fucking, what is it? It's like this, right? Fucking how does it, y'all know the thing. But like, we make this thing like the letter for like pattern recognition. Like, this should just be the hieroglyph for pattern recognition, because unlike this, where it's basically like this is a tiny person and our brains would have always figured that out, this has been just hard-grained into society in the last like 20 years. The joke is that people recognize what the fuck this is, even though there's no reason we should. But this is a tiny person, and I could give them nipples. Twitch, those are arms. Actually, Twitch, no, Twitch, those are arms. I've thought about this a lot. Like, whenever it comes up, I'm just like, oh my, like, because there's a lot of dumb memes, right? Memes are interesting as a science because it's like, what is popular when, whatever, who cares? But those two in particular are, like, they border on, like, anthropology. You get what I'm saying? Like, it goes beyond just like a haha internet joke. It's like, no, this is what makes humans humans, and some people might say that's depressing to think about. I think it's incredibly funny. So, like, I'm not joking. Spooky actually posted it now, so let's do it. So it's fucking draw the 4 squares, and then one person in shorter, 2 people, person lying down. Like, legitimately, if I was to make a like academy for pattern recognition, this would be the logo. I would actually give me 1 second. I'm gonna break my own TOS for a minute. Yes. Okay, good. So this is a comic that came out not too long ago, and it introduced in this little comic the idea that there's some kind of weird organization going around. And I made the symbol for the organization the Vitruvian Man, you know, the symbol of a person. But but if I actually had balls, I would make it lost. I'd be like, no, the thing that survives 2 trillion years into the future is a very dumb internet comic. I love Attack of the... It's so funny. I'm actually... semi-related to what we have been talking about. It's so funny because when the first Deltarune... I think I've said this on stream before, maybe I haven't. But when the first Deltarune chapter came out, a lot of it was carried by the shock of what the hell is this? And, you know, being kind of Undertale too? Whatever, you know, etc., etc. But chapter 2 came out and I was like, this is... Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's a good game. Good game. I love it. I will stream the first 2 chapters when chapter 3 comes out. So that way, by the time everyone's played chapter 3, I can stream it. You know, speaking of more internet stuff, fucking... we really need some kind of... when you get a service router, we need to start having a contract saying this is when spoilers are okay. You know what I mean? And those get updated with like new pieces of fiction, depending. Like a couple years ago, you could spoil FF7 till the cows come home, but now you can't spoil FF7 anymore. And that would be updated. And if you break that, you lose your internet privileges. I know Deer doesn't care about some spoilers, but I think there are certain experiences where surprises are so ingrained as part of it that you kind of have to. Like, if you get... I take spoilers for Breath of the Wild very seriously. Like, and here's the thing. I do kind of even mean Breath of the Wild. Because think about it. Fucking... That entire game is built around go out and find this shit. If you already know where everything is, there's not... What's left of the game? Not a lot. Pretty basic melee combat. And, like, that's fine. But it would be better if you were able to find it for yourself. There's a spoiler to me. Good job. Lautrec. Are you making a joke about Pig's playthrough? Because I'm still incredibly angry about that. My good friend Mr. Pig. First playthrough ruined. Because chat just got so horny on sadism. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes. No. Y'all ever not know how the fuck to do art? Because that's me right now. I've made a horrible mistake. Oops. Oh my goodness. What? Lautrec? Yeah, but Pig didn't discover it. Chat steered him towards it. And then didn't tell him how to fix it. And then also, like, he got through Blighttown, which he was so upset about, only to find out the Firekeep was dead. Literally anytime mood. So I think Pig's rage has petered out about it, but I'm still angry on his behalf. Oh. On the behalf of Mr. Pig, I will hunt down the people who did this. I was always planning to do that. Well, I am Smage, I am literally man too angry to die. So, if you need proof of that, look at my diet. By all laws of aviation, I should have passed away a long time ago.
You began a guided meditation video in your living room, but now you're taking.
But no, I continue on. I should, you know what? I'm just gonna rotate it. Ah. Oh, there's a button to, guys. There's a button in CSP to return the canvas to normal. I didn't know about that. We're finding stuff out together. About art and art programs and our sexuality. Oh, this is just great. Honestly, no. Oops. Honestly, one reason I won't diet is because, like, if there's one type of science I don't trust, it's like magazine science, where it's telling you what's healthy for you and what's not. That changes week to week. And I refuse to be a part of it. So I'm just gonna eat what I think is probably healthy. Drink a lot of water. Etc, etc. And I don't know, I might live a little longer. Either I live long enough that we can upload our brains into robots, or I die at some point, right? It's one of those two. So I'm not gonna complicate it beyond this. raw. I think it's oh. I'm gonna command S real quick because I think Clip just got very angry with me. You want to know? Okay, y'all know Clippy, classic mascot for Microsoft and its programs. I specifically, the specific memory of Clippy I have is being in a Catholic basement and him just showing up. Now wait a minute. Now hold on. So I used to go to like Catholic school as a kid. My parents had me enrolled in one. And I don't know if it's because of the school we went to or because I was in the early 2000s, so computers still weren't like the biggest. But there wasn't a computer in a classroom, there was a computer room. You had to go to the computer room. And what was I thinking of? And that's where like I had experience with a lot of early internet programs and stuff. One of those being the programs Clippy came with. So that was basically the only way I ever interacted with them. In the computer room. When I only interacted with Clippy under the watchful eyes of Jesus. So maybe there's some kind of dark incantation he did on the rest of y'all. That the power of God protected me against. If I ever play... So you know how in D&D, the game I don't get to play because I want to find like a good group I have good chemistry with, and then I have to figure out schedules and those are the real fucking killers. There's lots of cool people in the watch I could play D&D with, but dude, just time. But you know how like you can choose your god and patron in like paladin and warlock and cleric and stuff like that. If I ever do a warlock, which I might do at some point, then freaking I want to do a patron so stupid that it could not possibly be turned into a tragic backstory. There's no dramatic soil to be had on this patron. Go find something else, DM, for my character because the patron is an idiot. And go on with your idea, Shadow Mage, please. I must insist. I was gonna say, is there something else I should do? But here's the thing, chat. You wanna know something cool about comics? Is that comics are one image, so it's best practice to try and make them like flow. So I've angled the hallway this way, so that way your eyes flow over to this part over here. So I think what I'm going to try and do is make a curvy tube that keeps it going. By forcing the logic free, right? I mean, I'm going with you, so I shouldn't even grant you that, but go on, Shadow Mage. It wouldn't be an animate though, it would be a Doom level. And the last one is mine. Are you the Shadow Mage? Shadow Mage, you're my first suspect. I don't know how to break this to you. But you'd be the first person I track down, so... And I'd pry the names of your conspirators from your cold, dead hands. I should play Banjo-Kazooie on the channel. Was it... I always think... So... you know, I want to be a good streamer, and I was like, and where the Firekeeper should be, go on. And there's nothing there, and then I kill you. No, you don't get away like that. Anyway, but you know, I'm like, I want to be a good streamer. I want to do streams people will come to and grow my channel. Blah 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 blah. Off the edge of a cliff, just like Lautrec. There you go. There's some dramatic weight. But so Nintendo basically just did a Mario Direct with a lot of other big titles. If we're being honest, the last Direct was, we were both there. I hope it was okay. I hope everything went okay, neat. But the last Nintendo Direct was pretty big, and there was a lot of Mario stuff to highlight it all. But in part, they're doing Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Some of the main selling points being that it is a new Super Mario Bros. Game that kind of reminisces in the 90s with super abstract shit, and Mario being more stylized than he's been in the other recent 2D games, which is all cool. I was like, what should I stream as that comes up to get ready? Because I like Mario. I'll probably stream Wonder when it comes out. But you know, how do we capitalize on this? And I was asking friends about that, but Twitch actually Twitch did a good job for once, and was like, hey, here are some categories we think you'd get attention in, and one of them was Super Mario World, and I love Mario World, and we haven't streamed it yet. I will say one thing, Shadow Mage. You can commission me to animate kicking you off a cliff. Anything more than that, and you might as well just start paying my rent for me. Because that would take a while. So, unless you want an animatic instead. But if you want your money's worth, I'd suggest a commission. No more. Well, let's not go there, meat. We don't need to think of new dystopian capitalist things. The world has plenty of it already. You know this to be true. Oh, I should have little things. I was like, how do I spice up this tube a bit? Which is what I ask myself every Friday night before I go out on the club. And the answer is, of course, I add just like I add little bolts. But anyway, yeah. So, probably sometime after Sekiro and Hades, some Super Mario World, before the release of Wonder. And also, definitely Mario RPG, because we started streaming the original, and then I was like, ew, Florida, and we had to stop streaming for a little bit. And now that we're back to it, I could go back to it, or I could wait for the remake to come out. So, we're gonna wait for the remake to come out. I'm very excited. I wonder if they'll add anything. Because I won't hide, I thought parts of the original game were a little rough. So I wonder if they'll add any kind of quality of life things to make it a bit of a smoother experience for modern consumers. Maybe I'm fucking Mr. Pokemon Shining Diamond apologist who didn't need anything added to his Gen 4 remakes to make them worth buying. But so maybe I shouldn't be too disappointed if they just decide, hey, nothing new for the RPG remake. But we'll see. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Y'all get it, don't you? It's a thing of pipes. It's pipes. What more do you want? I kind of stand by that. I think if they were just going to, like, basically port Diamond and Pearl to the Switch, they should have done a DS collection. That will never happen, but I'm going to be, you know, pulling for it for the rest of my life. I think a Pokemon whatever collection where it's just like a bunch of different generations from the same console and you can freely move Pokemon between them would be super cool. If they really want to make it fancy, put like, just add a line of code and add Gen 5 Mons to Gen 4 and vice versa. Like, just really start screwing with the Pokedex, but that'd probably be a little too much for Game Freak to handle. So with that in mind, you know, just give me Heart Gold, Diamond, and Black and White, you know, in one smooth collection. And we'll call it a day. I'm trying to think. I have a real hard time thinking. To the surprise of no one. Damn. I was thinking, when does Sonic Superstars come out? Is that October or November? Because I want to play CD, maybe 3 in Mania before those come out. I like 1 and 2, but those 3 are some of my favorites of the classics, so I'd prefer to just play those in one big Sonic marathon. Hello? Pauladino just subscribed. Oh, what the? When did chat pause? I am so sorry. I've been stuck at me mentioning uploading my consciousness. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. Oh, Meat gifted one to Paula. Thank you. Thank you, Meat. CD's nuts. I mean, I can title the stream that shit, Mage. If that's really what you're into. Into what? Into these nuts? Oh. Me, are you just gonna start paying my mortgage? I had this with Pig when I started streaming. I was like, this is a lot of money. I feel like you're just paying for me to live. I'm of the mindset, being an artist, we should bring back, you know, patrons in the Renaissance sense, where you pay me to live in your basement, and every now and then I show you a picture of like a butterfly I drew, and you're like, very good. Keep this up and give me money for food. I'm not. Can I be honest? I legitimately just brag about you guys in like real life. Cause like in another reality where I don't have this this amazing community, the watch and the people who specifically watch my streams around me, like streaming would be a much smaller part of my life. But like with only a few people, so much cool shit has happened in my life. I hate you, YouTube. Don't you talk to me about YouTube music. Anyway. So I'm like, this is what encourages me to be like, hey, keep doing streaming. There's amazing people out there. Keep it up. By the way, I was just thinking about this. I'm about to get Spooky's attention with this. But you see these spirals here? I've seen these in like manga and anime, and I would love a book on different tricks different mangakas use in drawing their shit. But if you look up how to draw manga, you know what you're gonna get. We all know the dark places. We all know the monstrosities will unleash. If we look up how to draw manga. so we can't do that. Unfortunately. And does it make me sad? Yes, but whatever. Gain their power. I believe it is katakana used in manga, where it's basically like, you know, it's JoJo. When you see, oh shit, okay, everyone, wait, I'm resetting my workplace because freaking I misclicked and now the entire thing's fucked. Window, workspace, reset to default. There we go. Yes, listen, it happens every now and then. Well, you're a sweetie. Me. We should really do... I mean, I would like to be a part of someone else's charity effort, because I already said, that little bar at the bottom, I would like that to be like, hey guys, if we meet the goals of this stream, I'll fill up the bar, and we'll do a special stream without you having to give me money. So, I can't do that for my own charity stream, because then you're still just basically giving me money. But I appreciate you, me. And all y'all out there. That's why I was like, let's not talk about capitalist nightmares. But anyway, yeah, when you watch JoJo or whatever, and you get, you know, like the little this stuff, that's katakana. And I have been tempted before to put that in my comics, because I really like how the symbols look as opposed to just writing like rumble. That's what it does. But I've thus far resisted being a complete weeaboo making comics. We'll see how long it lasts. It's for like borrow words. Yeah. But that's what I'm. But what I'm saying isn't like Japanese. What a wonderful language. It's specifically because they're with one symbol. It's the same as having like an entire word spread across your thing. I've actually seen someone talk about it in relation to One Piece, because like there's a page with Zoro. And a lot of the art in the English version is censored, because as opposed to the symbol, they write the word boom, which covers half the panel. It's the simplification of the sound effect that makes it so appealing to me. But again, I'm a white guy. I'm a white guy in New Jersey. I should not be the guy adding Japanese to my comics. So, I've done some fun stuff with it already, though. So, can't be too bummed. I'm gonna see how this looks. Okay, guys, I've destroyed the panel. We're free. Don't worry, everyone. I've destroyed art. We're free of our burdens. Ooh, I do kind of like that. Maybe we make it even smaller, though. Maybe I should have like some black dripping down, like some oil. I'm gonna have, you know, maybe I'll just leave it though, because I'll have sound effects. walking across. We're free. Okay. I'm gonna go pee. Do I have an image of Oswald to show everyone? Probably not. Give me chat. No, wait, don't go, please. I can't be alone again. Where's Firefox? Sweet Lord, where's Firefox? There it is. Okay, why does OBS? Does anyone know why OBS does this? Keep playing the music. I feel like I was trained as a child to hold my pee in, which is a wild sentence to say, but hold on with me, because we would go down the shore, and that's like, and that the shore specifically in Jersey is a good 2-hour ride from my house, and with that in mind, rap bots, fucking bun we, So as a small child, that was just like a test of endurance to hold in my piss until we got down there. Don't you dare bring that specter into this house, Shadow Mage. Anyway, the Jersey Shore is bad representation of my home. My home. Anyway. I'll be right back. Did I hit my microphone going to the bathroom? Maybe a little bit. Do I regret it? Yes, absolutely. I'm so sorry, chat. Let me say, I had the most terrifying bathroom experience possible earlier today. Because I go to the bathroom and pull down my pants. My pants are down. My penis is out already to the microphone. I'm sorry, Mike. And as I do so, I realize there is a spider bigger than a quarter, just hanging Cahill face height above the toilet, and I am currently face to face with it with my pants on my ankles, and I was I was angry. I do my best to be, you know, very, very, very chill. Even with insects, animals I don't like, even. That spider died real quick. There was not much that spider could do to save itself. It had already crossed the line I swore no one would ever cross. Yeah, because you were posting, it was as you posted about it in Pig's Discord. Me. I'm not joking. I was getting up from the bathroom after reading that thread. And I was like, oh, spider. I'm sorry, Smage. Listen, again, I like to be a cool guy. But you can't just ambush me with my pants down. You won't live to tell people about it. I guarantee you. And this is very fitting music for spider death. If you missed the spider. Also, I learned not too long ago what the I guess artistic term for the kind of alien, as in the franchise, not the concept, alien movie aesthetic is, and like Star Wars, it's cassette futurism, and I think that's real cool. I like a future with some chunky keys. We already got rid of the chunky keys in real life. We might as well keep them in fiction. There's no safe way to get them outside. Yeah, exactly. Oh, big bugs can really be the worst. Sure, you know, a lot of the times they're harmless, but boy oh howdy. I don't want them, that doesn't mean I want them around. I do think if I could talk to a spider, oh no. There we go. Cups usually work. I mean, Shadow Mage, again, it was hanging above the toilet, and I was half naked at this point, so I wasn't, there's lots I'm willing to do. This was not one of them. I want everyone in chat to know, if you ever catch me with my pants down, and you decide to have a giggle to yourself, it's the end of you. You'll ask, where'd you get the knife, Cahill? And I'll be like, it won't matter. You won't live to know. You won't live to care. So it's fun times had by all. Wait, when did Mario Kart 9? No, it's not 9 doesn't exist. It never will. Mario Kart 8 original release date. I need to check something. It released in 2014. Overwatch. Original release date. Okay, Mario Kart 8 has outlived both Overwatches. Mario Kart 8 has been more frequently updated and attended to than Overwatch. And at this point is a far more active community. That's so wild to think about. A Mario Kart title has outlived what is supposed to be a large online FPS shooter game. Made by what used to be a premier company. But no longer. No longer.
You started with yoga for beginners.
Two can play at that game. Saruman the White. Or should I say Saruman the Stupid?
Try YouTube Premium.
Saruman the Silly. Saruman the Stinky. That's a good video. No! I like looking at Ian McKellen. You know, he's just kind of a fun guy to look at. Whether he's being Magneto or Gandalf. Or Ian McKellen. Let me look up a picture of Ian McKellen right now. Yeah, I like this guy's face. Wow, he looked wild. I want to say he looked like Adam Driver when he was younger. A lot of people... I'm not good with faces, though, so that's probably not accurate. But yeah, this man's got a good face on him. I need to look up something real quick. I did not know he was gay. I knew Elton John was gay. I did not know. I just didn't know. I just didn't know that. I did see a video of him dating a guy online, but it was a scripted thing. Is that, like, you could tell. And I was just like, oh, he's playing a gay role. Apparently that was probably just him and his boyfriend actually doing like some kind of skit. I did not know that. Live Cahill reaction. Finds out Ian McKellen is gay live on stream. Exactly, meat. What was I thinking of? Nate Stevenson, who did the She-Ra reboot, and he also he also wrote Nimona, which is now becoming a Netflix movie coming out. And listen, Netflix has a low fucking batting average, but I'm kind of excited for that one at least. But with that in mind, his wife, I remember seeing her do a lot of like Lord of the Rings fan art before I don't think I had seen the movies at that point. I might have. I tried like twice to watch the Lord of the Rings movies before actually being able to sit down and watch them, because you know they're fucking long. And she made a point about how, like, you know, Lord of the Rings is all kind of about like tearing down kind of masculinity and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of just tender guy moments in Lord of the Rings. Not even necessarily gay, but definitely not like the very toxic, typical portrait of masculinity that is taught. Yeah, exactly. And also Aragorn and Boromir. Like, that part in Fellowship, that's a huge part. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, because... Oh, yes, that I do know. Me. But, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna Google this real quick. I was gonna say, because I need to read them. I actually have them next to my bed. And not there because... Oh, what? Who? Okie, thank you for subbing. But regardless, because I've heard about how Lord of the Rings can kind of be about like, hey, adventuring, not nearly as fun as most people think it is. And I know Tolkien was in World War I, so I was like thinking about that. But I do think there is something to be said about that. Tolkien had his own world experiences, and in part he kind of wrote about like, hey, things are hard out there, so it's good to just kind of revel in camaraderie and loving people. That ends up being much better than having to fight in any kind of battle or stuff like that. And like, that is still that's because Sam and Frodo and all that kind of stuff, they all talk about just like this is not like books and stories. This is much worse. So they got the idea of what adventuring and warfare is supposed to be like, and that is torn down as they have to fight to survive in oncoming evil. Greg gifted that to Oki, and it did have a sound to it. Thank you for the gift to Oki, Greg. You're great. So, very cool thing to write a story about. Lord of the Rings isn't like my whole, know everything about it, learn Elvish kind of stuff, but I can see why it is some people's, and I can also see why it's survived the ages. No sound here. I think I need to really crank all my alerts in OBS. If I'm being honest, and I will fix that in between streams, but I'm just kind of glad the visual tell shows up and everything, because that's what matters most to me, is people being able to see themselves on stream and stuff. Like Ratchet from the hit PS1 game. I was gonna be like, I can stop this and continue it tomorrow. This is fucking due first thing tomorrow. I have a policy. If I do not get my comics out on time, then I do not take the Patreon money for that month. And I take that very seriously. I try to be a committed fellow. Well, maybe you should try, Greg. I'm, we're not doing a sponsored stream, but let me just legitimately say, if you have friends to play Fortnite with, it's a good time to spend an afternoon. But if not, listen. Hey, listen. Don't act like I'm making you. I'm not making anyone do anything. I have a thing against Epic itself. Fair enough. Listen, I can respect that. But me and friends play the game, so I was like, why not? Why not the Pokemon? I found out that Wobbuffet and Why Not are basically based off a Japanese sitcom. Like in Japanese, Wobbuffet's name is like a character's catchphrase, and Why Not is a response to it. And that's fun. Wobbuffet. By his response, well, it did it. When was Why Not? Was Why Not Gen 3 and Wobbuffet Gen 2? I don't know. I do not think so. Curious. I don't know. Because maybe if they made it like that, then it would be too obvious. Even more obvious than to Japanese audiences. They'd be like, okay, I get it. The two Pokemon, what's the deal, and airplane food. In Generation 10, we're introducing 2 new Pokemon. What's the Deal and Airplane Food. They are sitcom-type Pokemon, which will now also include Wobbuffet, and why not? What happened? Did something happen? What? I would really prefer someone tell me what happened. I'm terrified. Was there a donation? Because I do see one for $6. So I'm gonna go say there's a donation, and thanks to Here's the Money Anyway. I knew it. I did it. I'll fix things off stream. I'm not gonna just stop working on stuff. I apologize. I'm bad at audio mixing. I'm a visual guy, not a hearing guy. I don't hear. Wouldn't it be wild if everyone just found out I was deaf? Out of nowhere. Not even the streamer himself. Well, I'll be honest, probably not by tomorrow's stream. Because we got more Fortnite to play tomorrow. And I have chores to do, so... Tomorrow is Monday. Is it? Do you know that for a fact? No, I was gonna say Pig. That's because I'm thinking about who we might be playing. There's a lot of people we might be playing with tomorrow. In England. The English don't count. Not after what they did. What did they do? Have a queen? Yes. You know, I feel like a lot of us knew Queen Elizabeth would die in her lifetime, but we didn't expect it to happen. You know what I mean? But the world's kind of crazy like that nowadays, so... Maybe we should be more prepared for stuff that will probably happen. Like Jorts making a comeback. Sweet lord. Think about it all. No country should have to bury its monarch. I mean, honestly, you probably should. But if you don't, they were probably a bad monarch. I wish monarchy was as cool as it is in like books and stuff. Even though it's kind of a decently outdated concept. I feel like in fiction you can kind of see some of the points towards it, in that if you have a good king or whatever, then it's like, ah, things are going great for us because we have one guy in control and he's pretty good at that. But obviously that goes sour pretty quick. Because it's like, okay, well, the good guy's gone. Anyone else have any good ideas? No? Oops. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Our country has gone into civil war. Remember that episode of Scooby-Doo where Shaggy and Scooby started the Civil War? That was wild. Not the American Civil War either. It was back in time, because that's what the episode was about, I guess. New bunny pick. I will do that, Greg. Don't you worry. It might take a minute. Oswald was out and running around today. So he's laying down. Goodbye, Greg. Goodbye. Have a good work. I'm gonna just do something real quick, and then we can get that bunny pick up on screen. Oh, why do I have a headache? There could be many reasons. Yeah, I'll forget that. You're just like, I don't know why I'm feeling bad. It makes sense that I'm feeling bad, but I wish I knew the specific cause of it right now. General motion at the start. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Please be more specific. Cause of illness. You know what? Actually, what if let's see how this looks. Where'd my pen go? The problem with working on an all-black desk with a black pen is that the pen disappears. Often. It's happened to me a bit. Okay. That looks pretty good. So I'll just bring this down here. Layer organization. What's making you sad? I don't know. Things. General things. Shadow Mage just messaged me. Shadow Mage just politely messaged me. You did. I checked Discord. Don't worry about it. Now to airdrop Bonui pick. A ding ding. A little alert noise to let me know Bunwee. Okay, and last part is I must now make an image tab. That one. Image. Browse. Bunwee.
They'll be here in 5. We ready?
There's a...
Left.
I don't have it. We should have used bear.
Here it is.
Today, let's paint. Right now, get America's most trusted paint brand at a new location.
Too big.
Starting at
The Bunwee is too big. Look at him.
only at the Home
He's laying, he's relaxing, he's reclining. He is splooted out. Little sploot. Oh my goodness. Gamer DLM. Thank you. We have Bunwee Pig. Pig just subscribed. Or did someone give something to Pig? No, Pig subscribed. Bunwee. I hope everyone enjoys Bunwee. How do you enjoy the chicken dinner? I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you. There we go. Let me shout out Gamer real quick. Very powerful pose. He's splooted. Shout out at Gamer. There he goes. Pikmin 2. Are you enjoying Pikmin, dearest gamer? I hope so. I've been talking about how I haven't played a Pikmin, but like this, Nintendo has made good business decision porting them because I'm like, maybe I should. You know, you're like, if there's gonna be a time. It'd be a good time to do it now. Where is Shapes? Let me continue drinking a glass of water. After one more session. I believe in you, gamer. You got it. You have powerful Pikmin skills. Nope. Not like that. I'm so sorry. It'll happen again. Oh. Oh my goodness. You know what it might be? I'm wearing a sweatshirt and maybe it's just too hot right now. I'm very easily heated. I like how I'm being a little more open about being on the autism spectrum on the stream. But one of my friends like was looking into it for their own things, and they sent me a freaking TikTok about autistic people getting hot, like dealing with heat a lot differently from everyone else. I was like, they do? And I was like, yeah, did you not know that? And I was like, no. And here's the thing, I do get hot so fucking easily. We're making it, this is a Cyclops now. Well, how they deal with it. They don't. They just get hot. I say deal with it, it's like, I mean like regulate, as in their body just is hotter. Oh yeah, I forgot, you're in the heat right now, aren't you, Shadow Mage? Well, continue dealing with it. Know that I would die. So you're a stronger Shadow Mage than I am. Also, if something happened, I took my headphones off to deal with heat. So if anything happens, let me know. Ooh, 60 humidity. Far too much. Bader, it's far too much. Oh, Bader. 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 Bader, that's too much humidity. Bader. Bader. Every time I think of the fucking Joe Swanson / Patrick Warburton impression, I just think of Game Grumps when they did theirs. Bader, is that your sister? I'd love to meet her. Oh. Yeah, and that's why I'm not living. I've continued to say that's why I'm not living in Florida. They're just like, yeah, it's normal, and I'm like, you're no. Stop that. Nothing normal about this. Hi. Magenta doesn't like living in Florida. Magenta's not a good thing of like, this person lives in Florida. Because he will actively talk about wanting to leave Florida. No. Shadow Mage, if we both want to leave, then we should both leave. You're not suggesting a solution. You're just putting us in prison. but if you lived in Florida, you'd see Vegeta. Yeah, and we'd both hate it there. Listen, I know a girl in Florida, but I don't go to meet her. I'm not sorry, but you know, like in theory, I'm sorry, but I'm not actually. Matt, I have a large. Why do I have a large Florida audience? It's like not that big compared, but like Max, me, Magenta. Just a lot of people from Florida. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Y'all want to escape to the internet. be a big shot. Now you're big shot. Me, let me ask you: are they not in Florida? Were they just there at one point? I don't know. Max is in Georgia. Close enough. Anyway. But me, let me ask you something. You're in Florida. How do the old people not die? Like, the conditions there seem like they would kill, a full-grown man. So how do sick old people not just keel over from... They're like, oh, I'm old and it's time to retire to Florida. And they think that's a good idea. They don't go outside. I don't know why they're retiring to Florida. They make an effort to go there. I will literally never understand it. And I do know a large contingent of Floridians are also like, yeah, we don't like it here either. So I don't feel too bad. Actually, looks pretty good. Oh, this is gonna crash. I need to save because this is about to crash and I'm about to lose everything. Oh, I see. I guess that does make a bit more sense. The idea of heat is good on joint pain. Just move somewhere else. Somewhere else that is also hot. Without crocodiles. Shit. My computer is just going real nuts. I don't know what's happening. There we go. Might just be because, you know, big CSP thing. I need to archive more of my... I have a big old thing of VOD thumbnails. That would probably be better to archive in Google to make sure it's not becoming a burden on my computer. Now I'm a burden on my computer. It's like, Lord, please give me a break. Actually, that needs to be lighter. Because even though it's back there, it is facing the light. So let's make it 30. Does that look better? Yeah, it does. Sick. Okay. So this... Lord. pile up. That's what I'm saying, meat. I feel like you need a lot of equipment to make Florida good for anyone. Honestly, I want to say one of the things I love about making comics is like, I could paint, but you don't do lettering with paints and stuff like that. Like, you don't add text bubbles, and I like doing that. I like making that part of the composition. The explicitly written out text that has something to say. There's a fly in my room. Rude. Oh my god. What if I just upload? Maybe I should just upload this tomorrow. You know? Not sweat about doing the last part of the comic. Oh wait, that's the wrong layer. That's the wrong number. Actually, you know, as I've explored doing comics with CSP, impact lines are fun, but I'm like, do I use them too much? And then I read JoJo a little bit not too long ago, and I was like, there are impact lines in literally every single one of these frames, so I think I'm actually doing okay. Sometimes things just look good because they legitimately just look good. You know? You know what I'm saying? That's far too. That's far too. I need to make sure. There we go. Yeah, I like how that looks. And if you're like, what the hell is that? Then the next panel. I don't know what you're saying. I'm probably just gonna draw one suit and then copy paste it because, you know, it's late. You know what? Let me get another energy drink. I want to pick me up. I'm gonna go get a pick me up. Okay? I think I've only had 3 today. Probably. I'm just gonna give myself a little kick in the pants to make sure I can actually keep drawing this last panel. I want to make sure it looks good. Listen, I did this to myself. I don't advocate for crunch here, but I do end up doing it. Do as I say, not as I do. That's how it goes. And also, it got cold again, so I'm going to put on a sweatshirt. Oh my goodness. I do want to thank everyone for the support again. It was like, again, this has even been a smaller stream, but a lot of people show up, donate, and sub. It's wild. It's wild how nice you guys are. I have so many layers. Y'all can't see how many layers I have, which are almost absolutely unnecessary. Buffering, pretty funny. Oh no, are we losing stream? I hope not. I mean, I can finish this in the silence of my home, but I'm gonna try and keep doing it on stream. Yeah, there are a lot of people streaming right now. I was curious, because a good amount of them went live just before me. I was like, what's up? So, good amount of people still live. I don't think mine is that much better. Me. I do probably have to sketch stuff out here, because we're actually going to have Fossil Boy show up now. I feel like I don't know how many other people think like this. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Schmage. I knew it was your fault. A lot of things are my fault without you realizing. I'm conniving like that. Ugh. I'm just kind of tired, but again, I've done this to myself. I really rather not fail at this because of my own incompetence, you know. So I'm gonna keep powering through. I just hope that it still looks good. Is the bigger concern. It can be hard to, you know, make things look great when you're not feeling as rested as you could be. That's why it tends to be much better to make sure you're well rested for when you do art and creative things. Yui! Reading with a party of 2? Thank you, Yui. Oh my goodness. I appreciate the raid. Let me give a shout out to Yui real quick, who is, as always, a great guy. I'm here twice now. Shout out Yui Ben. Oh, shout hour. It's Team Skull music. It's on Chen's playlist. If I'm being honest, not a fan. So I'm gonna skip ahead. There we go. I appreciate it. What were you up to, Yui? Because I am currently trying to finish a comic, which is due fucking tomorrow. Signalis. Wait, isn't that the, like, kind of 2D Resident Evil-like game? I saw Barry play that and I was like, this looks neat. I mean, we've been listening to his playlist the entire stream and it's been pretty good. The occasional miss is bound to happen. But yes. Man. It does seem like a cool game. But I do not have time for it right now. I don't have time for any extra games right now. I got art and everything. But I'm glad you've been enjoying it. Or just work it. We've been working on this webcomic for a hot minute now. The problem is, after I'm done actually drawing the fucking thing, would like to get into horror games. Man, I'd love to try it out, but maybe when there's time and cash on hand. You know what I'm saying? In those fabled days. My god, y'all ever forget how to draw your own freaking characters? Because I do literally all the time. No, this Schmage, this is not me needs cash for living. It'd be me needs enough cash to get every game I feel like. And then enough free time to play them all. And I do not deserve that. I don't deserve to be in the 1%. No one does.
You love by donating to the Nature Conservancy. At this critical point,
It is. I forgot you're subscribed to the Patreon, Yui, and I appreciate that. Yui, we don't hang out enough, but you're a cool guy. I've literally never had a negative interaction with you in any form. I do have the first one up on my Twitter and Instagram meet, and what was I thinking of? And the second one, which it is coming out tomorrow on both of those. And I want to put it up on Webtoon, but I have to reformat the whole fucking thing for Webtoon. And that's like a half day in Photoshop. Okay, it's a couple hours, it's like 2 hours of work, but I don't want to fucking find a new format, get the dimensions, experiment with what looks right. Let me show you. Okay, so let's all of this go away. Everything is destroyed. Zoom out. Where is it? Okay, comic number 1. You see this? So in the final printed version, which is out on Twitter, I have a shh going out through the entire thing, because the idea of there's the idea of the little pod here flying through space and everything, right? And that works in a horizontal format, which I can do on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else, but on fucking Webtoon, I gotta switch it horizontally. So do I do it where it's like broken up and going down, or... I'm trying really hard. Not good looking down Instagram. Okay, so I do need to do Webtoon, because obviously Twitter would be like hopping onto the Titanic. Don't make a topical joke. And but yeah. Like 2's going down. I probably could. Yeah, until you brought it up. Don't talk about it. Anyway. I will say one thing. Because I saw someone talking about, like, do you think the jokes are in bad taste? I think jokes making fun of a certain part of it are in bad taste. Jokes about people defending billionaires and their dumb decisions aren't in bad taste. And that's all we'll say about it. That's all we'll say about it, you know? That's all we'll say. Honestly, one of the reasons I wouldn't talk about it is because I've seen so fucking much. It's wild because I talked not too long ago about how freaking I can't, like, people got so wild posting Spider-Verse spoilers on everything, and I don't know why they felt like it was cool to do that, but whatever, they did. And there's still that there, but now they're doing that too. And that's just what the internet is right now. In the algorithms. So wild. But we're just here on another corner of the internet. Oh wait, Yui. Yui, please tell me. Are you here? I must confirm Yui's presence. And eyes upon the stream. Wait, what? I must show you something. Bunwee. Bunwee. He lay down. He's a good boy. Aren't you, Oz? Yeah, I need to trim his nails. Why offend? Oswald, you're stinking up. You know what? Let's look this up. Why? Yeah, it's gross. I'm looking up bunny fucking... Yes, that is mine. Oswald is his name. I just looked up stuff about bunny... What was the thing, biology, and I didn't like that at all. Oswald, you're gross. Stinky baby. I'm making sure you're healthy, so... As I take allergy medicine. Not thank me and literally spit in my eye. I mean, if we really want to get parasocial, Shadow Mage, I could say you're lucky to give me money. No. I like how one of my friends asked about, like, Cahill, why are you so scared? Why are you always so, like, cautious about, not wanting to come off greedy on stream? And the reason is because when I started streaming, there was a very big clip going around, which was a lady who was just being a big asshole. just the worst about donations on stream. And my goal is to never be like her, seem like her, no relation. So I must always and constantly avoid that image. I like their Pokemon remix. Love a classic theme remix. Bum ba dum ba da bum ba dum. I'm trying to. What was Emerald and Fire Red? Like, was Gen 3 and the Gen 1 remakes the only Pokemon games on Game Boy Advance? Because when I was talking about the DS collections, like, when I was growing up, those were some of the first I had. The game Fire Red and everything. And it just has me thinking, like, is there even enough for a Game Boy Advance collection? You could do a Game Boy collection with Gen 3 and the first two. But I'd argue that the DS ones have more content and such. More arguably better content. Consider, I have heard a lot about how broken Pokemon Gen 1 is. And I've played it a bit, but I haven't experimented with how absolutely busted it was. Held together by duct tape and dreams. Duct tape and dreams of making a better game. of being lazier with home releases. There were 5 games. Well, I'm not gonna count the same. Like, even if we count, what was I thinking of? I assume you're counting them all individually, because I'm not gonna count Sapphire and Ruby as different ones. You know we do. But I do love me some Pokemon. I have promised a Nuzlocke, which I will do at some point. Probably after Sekiro, given that, you know, gotta get that done. That's literally a promise from the same time as the Nuzlocke promise I just mentioned. So order of operations. Looking, I don't know how to draw a foot. Feet are hard to draw. Respect foot fetish artists. They've mastered the forbidden techniques. Actually, you know what? Just I've realized, like, the angle I need to do it at, I can just go like there. We're fine. That works. So you just take feet for free, as Deja likes to say now. I don't know why they like to say that. I should ask them. Let's call Deja live on stream and ask why they're saying just the worst possible thing. Deja's at like a family reunion right now. And I miss my best friend! I could get paid for it? Yeah. Shadow Mage, if you're not getting paid for feet on the internet, then I don't know if you're gonna make it in this industry.
Yeah, you gotta get the money up front.
Stealth! Oh my lord. Stealth, can I just say something real quick?
What's up?
You are literally all I need right now. I need good friend Stealth Man to help me finish out this comic. Your encouragement is at is at the right time.
Oh.
So I appreciate you. I'm gonna turn you up because I imagine people can't hear you much. Say things.
And of
Steph.
course, there's a feed industry.
Oh my lord.
It's not even a question.
No, it's not a question. It's a statement. I turned you up way too much, and you peaked. You went into the red. There's a feat in. I don't know. Well, Shadow Mage, aren't you like Pig's age? I guess it is theoretically possible that you got through life without knowing about this, but even then, some fetishes aren't even like a secret. Some people just talk about and explain in the open. If anyone knows who's Belle Delphine is a porn star who is not actually a porn star because she's never done any even like nude images, just lewd images, and I think she's mostly made it off of the feet thing. You know, anime and feet have paid her bills for several years now. She has done it. Okay, I didn't know that. This is not even me trying to be like, what? I didn't know. No, I legitimately thought like the part of her thing was like, you might see a nipple eventually. Stealth, who's the person you'd like to see a nipple of the most?
What?
Okay, so, nipples? Yeah.
What are those?
No, okay. So, let's back up a bit. Okay, so we're mammals, right? And the word mammal is derived from mammary gland, which are sacs of milk that some members of our species have somewhere on them to feed infants, right? Okay, you thought booba, yes. And nipple is the tap.
Oh.
Oh. You get it now?
Yeah.
Sick. This has been worst possible biology with Cahill.
You heard it here, folks. Cahill is like anti-free the nipple.
Oh my lord.
Cahill wants them locked up for what they've done.
I mean, I was specifically talking about how I've chosen to explain it, but sure, we'll go with that.
That's what I'm going with.
That's what you're going with?
Uh-huh.
It's so weird to think about, right? Because, like, sure, there's a difference in, I guess, physical appearance, but it's still just nipples. There's not much of a difference, if we're being honest. So, but just like some random person deciding that.
And
What?
oh, is that the organization you're from?
What? Is that? Are you looking up anti-free the nipple organizations?
No,
Oh.
just looking bad.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Fun fact, Shadow Mage. Look at my channel points, the comic stubs I have. That image is basically the logo for the what was I thinking of? Is basically the logo for the organization you have described, and I'm not joking. Because for people who,
Organization 13.
Stealth, do you know what the Comics Code Authority is or no?
Nope.
So
Is it Organization 13?
It was an organization, and it sucked. So World War II happened, right? And if y'all don't know, comics got their jollies off of selling World War II themed like adventure comics and everything. That's where Captain America is not just fictionally from World War II. He was legitimately a superhero being published in World War II. And after that was done, comics were kind of left with like a weird, what do we do now? So many of our heroes are war-based, and now the war isn't happening anymore. Well, a guy from Germany ironically, came over to America and started really criticizing what all comics, all of them. Now Wonder Woman, granted, he kind of hit the nail on the head because the creator had a bondage fetish and was really into some stuff, but he also called Batman gay. He also said Batman was gay and that Superman was a Nazi, and he used that as a premise to make a very strict censorship organization for the for comics as a whole, called the Comics Code Authority. And if you did not have their stamp in the corner of your comic book, after they were created, then people were not buying your comic book. So, have you ever seen like the silly ones where it's like Superman's just like, oh my goodness, fucking Lois has turned into a horse. What am I going to do? That kind of stuff.
What?
Do you not know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay, well, basically this is when... Okay, you know Adam West Batman? Stealth. Okay, this is kind of where he came from. Because that was the 60s and this was the 50s. But that's what Batman became. Like, Batman villains couldn't kill people anymore. You couldn't have... And comics became super, like, one-issue stories. Because one of the underlying laws was, like, you cannot have a bad guy win ever. So if the issue did not resolve with the villain in prison, then it did not pass the Comics Code Authority.
Wow, that is boring.
Yes, it was bad. And even though, because I even posted in my thing a while ago, even though there are Discord about like how Stan Lee gets a lot of credit for stuff he didn't do, he is owed a good due, because the way he changed Marvel with like Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, because those were the things he did definitely have like a major hand in, like that helped take down the Comics Code Authority. And in fact, Spider-Man specifically, they were doing stories about drugs, right? They were doing an anti-drug PSA in Spider-Man, right? But any mention of illegal drugs was against the Comics Code. So they just printed the story without the approval, and it sold ridiculously well. And around that point, towards the 70s and 80s, the Comics Code stopped being a thing because like comics were selling so well. They like with grittier stories that they didn't really need to worry about it. And that's when you got stuff like The Punisher and Spawn and Arkham Asylum, because at that point comics were finally allowed to actually do something more adult again after a couple years. And it's super interesting because that's why like I've talked before how there is like only some minor differences in like Japanese and Western comics, but that is one of the biggest differences, is there is more adult stuff in Japan comics because they never had that. Like older manga is allowed to be more adult because there wasn't a massive censorship push in the early 50s after World War II. So it's super interesting to learn about. That it's like and think about that. That's not even like a culture thing. It's not anything inherent to Japan or America. It's just that one ended up with some... I'm just going to say it. He was a stupid German scientist who had no point, calling bloody murder over comics for kids. And then the other one didn't. So... It's history. I think it's neat history. No. Stealth, can I say something? Can
your stream? Yeah.
Well, it's about you. I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom, right? And I was playing it today, and I see Stealth gets on Pokemon Unite, and I'm just like, Stealth, no, Stealth, please, no, please, Stealth, no, you can't. And I think that I think that every time you get on every time I see that notification.
Boy, it was one of those days today.
What, like that you needed to play it, or that it was a bad idea to play it?
is a bad idea.
Oh no, I'm sorry about that. So I should have messaged you. I should have been like, Stealth, no, you have to listen to me. You shouldn't. But you did.
Just like the most brain dead selection of children decided to play today.
Also, yeah, that.
But I will go in no more detail about it than that.
I mean, if you go in more detail, I think it'll be on some kind of list because you get real upset with the people who play Pokemon Unite, as we've discussed a couple times on stream now.
It's look, and there's a reason for that. It's baby's first MOBA. It's the Pokemon MOBA. You should be able to figure out. You should be able to figure out that game if you can figure out any game.
Uh-huh. But when people can't, you're just like, please, for the love of everything.
And there's a wealth of content online for you to actually learn how to play the game. It's just you have to realize you're the problem.
At some point. It can't be me. It's not like, and also it's, you know, I mean, that's why I was legitimately singing the praises of Fortnite the other day, because one, you don't have to worry about winning the game every time to actually have fun with it and stuff. You can just mess around. And B,
I'm sure there are people that do.
Yeah. And B, like, also, they are very small teams, and I don't think there is a random, you know, queue up. Actually, oh, there is. I've just never used it. But
yeah,
you can just play with your friends. So at that point, it's like, it is you. You're not winning games because you. There's only 4 people here, and you're one of them. So do the math. That bastard is, you know.
Whoa.
What's it? Math?
Aegislash and Primeape is sick.
Oh. Are you doing Infinite Fusion right now?
I'm asking the bare minimum of people, Shadow Mage. I'm asking
He's right.
the bare minimum.
The bare minimum of 5-year-olds. But anyway, Shadow Mage, yes, that is correct. And again, I did credit Stanley a lot, but that's because I saw an interview of him talking about it. And again, it definitely lies at the feet of other comic creators at the time. He was not the sole one responsible for helping take down the comics code, but he like the way he did Fantastic Four and stuff, like he started making kind of a more interesting comic than had been around for a hot minute. So he is owed at least that much, that he helped Marvel bounce back, because they weren't doing too hot before that, and they didn't even really have besides Captain America and Namor and the Human Torch, even though it was a very different Human Torch. Like, those are the 3 big ones for Marvel, and the fucking 2 of them most people could not name these days. So, and don't give me Wakanda Forever. Like, first off, if you remember Namor's name for Wakanda Forever, good for you. But also, like, I'm just ignoring Phase 4 MCU at this point. So.
Learn more at purina1.com/gut.
Hey, you.
What's up? Are you
I DM you the monkey.
Monkey. Smage, you should know better. After Guardian Ape, I don't know if I can, but I'll do it for you. Ooh! That is a vicious monkey.
Yeah, he got an axe.
He does.
Who gave him that?
Me.
Oh.
I said, arm yourself, monkey. And he said, ooh, eek, ooh, ah, ah. Ding, dang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
You want to see... I guess I could put it in meme production.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Or...
Whether you want to just show me or show everyone. I had a monkey.
On the other hand, Psyduck and Suicune looks absolutely fucking stupid.
I mean, I don't think you're gonna get anything with Psyduck that isn't, you know, just a little dumb.
God, it's one of the ones that's not a custom sprite, so it looks like they just sort of duct taped Psyduck's face to Suicune.
I would argue it shouldn't become a custom sprite. Let it just be dumb all Psyducks are just uncustom. Very dumb. I really do not think I'm gonna be able to like sleep until this is done, because like I'll just think like I should be continuing the comic. So that's cool. That's neat of me.
It looks good.
You look good.
No,
What did you do with your hair today?
absolutely nothing.
Good.
I woke up. That's
No.
what I did.
Did you wake up in a new Bugatti?
No.
Answer the question.
No.
Also, I don't know if I've said this here, but I ended up saying it in Saren's stream. Fossil Boy is meant to be like a mix between Mega Man and Kirby. And I'm okay saying that publicly because those are both very good vibes. And as long as people know I'm trying to emulate that. And hopefully I can't go wrong. Can I go wrong, Shadow Mage? I mean, yeah, let me ask Shadow Mage. I was gonna say Stealth, but I also gotta pee. Did my stream go down? Legit?
Not yet on my end, but I may have delay.
It says it's okay, because I have a delay of 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Big Papa Nintendo. My stream was taken down by the Comics Code Authority. They rose from the dead to say, you can't say that.
Kring.
What, for joking that my stream went down? Good. Feel bad. Feel bad about it. I maybe... I love Oswald. The panic in your voice. Well... Because, like, the thing... I don't mean to be rude, but the thing is, if streams goes down, I'm not putting it back up. I'm saying, okay, I'll finish the comic offline, I guess. And that's a bummer. I'm like, I'll probably hang with Stealth still, but... No more stream for Cahill. Dun 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 dun. Stealth, is there anything in particular you'd like to see from Game Freak in the near future?
Several things.
Any of them reasonable?
Yes.
Well, let me rephrase. Reasonable for Game Freak to do, you know.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, are well, reasonable? Yes. Or would they do it? Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. It is hard to phrase, because their bar is so low at this point. We've discussed before. We both kind of wish Game Freak had focused like a little less on graphics, a little more on making sure the games are still fun to play.
Yes.
Right, here we are.
Were you the one who said do Octopath but Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably correct.
I think that would have been much better. Like, just don't even worry about... Like, get that engine down, you know, in a small amount of time, because, like, even small indie games do voxel at this point. So just have the most basic 3D engine, do sprite, still end up doing sprite work, because it's just sprite work, and then make your typical Pokemon stuff. I really need to pee. I will be right back. Stealth, entertain the masses. Entertain
hey,
the masses.
Hey chat, what's up? Speak word at me. Oh, go for it. You can burn anything but the comic. And I'll tell Cahill that Oswald did it. Thank you, Meat. Words bring much joy. Oh, I'm doing a mage. I'm doing a poison type, monotype run and infinite fusion, and I have a crazy fucking Giga Chad Pokemon that has sort of become like the leader of my team. It's Nidochamp, and it's fucking sick.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, why aren't we seeing more Elephant Bowser porn? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're putting down. I'm not picking it up because I'm leaving it there for Chen to pick up.
I was about to say. I need to text family updates because I've been trapped in the basement for too long.
Oh yeah, and if anything was burned or slightly warmed, Oswald did it.
I'm not surprised. He's been a little scamp recently. Hello, gamer. Taken down by a gamer.
Oh yeah, have you seen Nidochamp?
I have not.
It is a meme production.
Let me see. You're in. Oh. Oh. He's buff.
Yep.
What's the thing, you know? I don't know.
Vileplume. Oh,
go on.
Vileplume and Reuniclus is cool too.
Oh heck yeah. Well, Vileplume has like one of the best faces in all Pokemon, and then Reuniclus is just a cool idea. He's a fetus. The magic fetus. Norman Reedus? But anyway, so yeah. I imagine, so I was talking real quick before we get back to Pokemon, I want to say. I was talking about how I'll probably stream World in preparation for Wonder. But was it? It occurred to me that the reason World is popular to stream is because that's Kaizo and stuff. So even though I won't be doing that, hopefully people will still be like, I like Super Mario World.
I like you.
I like you. Stealth, say the thing in Japanese.
What thing?
The thing, you know, and he says, and then inspirational music plays, and then. I thought about.
Sorry.
I was thinking about Luffy saying, "I will be king of the pirates," which I do not know how to say in Japanese yet, but.
Kaizoko ni Oro Naru?
Yes, that. Listen, I'm dumb. I don't know how to say it. All I know is oh my goodness! Thank you, Pneumatic Meat. Why are you paying for my rent this month? We do actually. I don't. Well, actually, no. I won't say it because the point of the goal is for me not to say it, and we made plenty this month, so I will not say anything. Instead, Stealth can say something about Stealth say one Nido thing about Nidoking.
Even though he's his highest offensive stat is physical attack, he is more often run with a life orb and special attack because its special attack move pool is a lot bigger.
That's fair. Is there okay? And I know you won't be happy to talk about it, but just inform me real quick. Has there developed a competitive scene around Infinite Fusion, or is it still just a very single player experience?
As far as I know, it's still single player.
Okay. Because I mean, there's plenty of fan projects that get up and running with online and stuff, so I don't think it'd be the most wild thing for Infinite Fusion, especially with how big it's become. To be like, hey, online battles, good luck. we have no method of balancing this. We wish you the best.
And I mean, that's honestly the most fun way to play Pokemon. Just
Yeah.
like let things happen.
Yeah. Y'all do you, and I mean, even though people would be like, I found the best team. It's literally called Infinite Fusion. Someone will probably come up with something. And
There's
then-
always a counter.
Exactly. Even if it's just like slightly different, like if it's basically the same fusion but slightly swapped, then it's like, you know. Also, Stealth.
That's still something new.
Yeah, exactly. Stealth, go get a juice. We've entered into the Amori playlist. I'm joking.
I think they're busy.
Yeah, I think they're busy. Wow, Juice is too busy for us, Stealth. We need.
Yes.
They're toxic. Honestly, I think we should ghost them. Cut them out of our lives entirely. This seems like a healthy way to handle this. And it won't affect them at all. I know from Deja how much lesbians ghost each other, and it is not cool. And Deja did not do it, to be clear. So. Oh my goodness, Pulsar rating. Thank you, Pulsar. I appreciate. I'm literally gonna vomit. But thank you. I'm the only mod in my own chat. So, shout out. Stealth, you're a mod now. Do mod
Am
things.
I?
No.
Okay.
You know, you hang out in VC, I'm not gonna be like, you should be in the chat doing chat thing. No. I'm not so narcissistic. Yeah, I do. No, I want to stop because Oswald is stinking up the place with bunny farts, but I gotta power through. I can give them a shout out in Discord. I appreciate that, Paula. I mean, hey, we do have a self-promotion channel in Discord, because even though I'm a small streamer, I stand by the idea of self-promotion. I preloaded the page. Yeah, Twitch likes to do that sometimes. They like to pull a fast one on you. Be like, haha, get ad. And I'm like, I was thinking about this. You know what occurred to me? I think if I was, obviously I don't, it'd be foolhardy. Thank you, me. We might end up reaching a certain threshold without me even having to say anything about it, which is wild. It's wild how generous Meat is, but anyway. I appreciate that. I was thinking, it's wild that they're trying, because I don't know if they've tried this or like thought about it, but they're like, we need to push ads to make Twitch more profitable, but why not try and help people get more value out of the stuff they like and are already buying, like subs and bits and everything, you know? The stuff they're already getting, and just be like, we need people to buy this even more, so let's make it make sense to buy it even more. I was also thinking I was like, what would be my first go-to into trying to make Twitch profitable? And granted, I know nothing about how to run a streaming platform, so take this with the heaviest grain of salt. But like, I was also thinking like, I don't know how many, pretty heavy salt. But like, I'd also legitimately, and I don't know how many of y'all would be like, yeah, I'll go for this, but like, I would try to make like original content, and it's like, Twitch isn't just streaming with your Twitch streamers anymore, like, stream a show. I mean, heck, didn't Pokemon already do a marathon of their own show on here and stuff like that? So, be like, hey, we're also kind of a Netflix now, except not actual current Netflix, because, no. That'd be a bad way to do it. But... so...
How should this fight is probably gonna be pretty rough for my current team.
Uh-oh. What's your current team? I heard you saying something about monotype, but I didn't have my headphones in yet, so...
Yeah, this is my poison monotype run. So every fusion that I have is half poison type.
And yeah, gamer, but I mean more kind of like make, because I think the key here is to keep what people have come to expect from Twitch, especially since some see it as the bare fucking minimum, and in many ways it is. So I would be like, hey, if you pay us, you can get stuff that is not live content, like shows and everything. But again, I don't know how many people would go for that. Like some stuff with people's favorite streamers, but also honestly I wouldn't count on that because that's gone bad before in many ways. So didn't people try to give like TikTokers and YouTubers their own original shows, and that didn't end well?
I can't imagine any scenario in which that would end well.
Exactly.
Like, that's not the medium that they work best in.
Well, I'm saying, isn't that a thing that happened? And obviously it went badly. But yes. Oh my gosh, chat! I've done it. I've drawn my character. He's almost. I just need to add eyes. Have it on Prime Video. Well, I'm trying to. I mean, yeah, I guess the idea is like they if it's owned by Amazon already has a lot going on. But in that case, why do you, if you have so much going on and it is profitable, why put the burden on Twitch? Clearly, it's already doing its own thing pretty well. It has a monopoly on streaming platforms.
Put the burden on Twitch because funny.
Funny. Why are you trying to shoot it in a leg?
Yeah, funny.
Does not do great. Well, that sounds like a them problem. Stop making it a me problem. Man. I mean, in that case again, if you're like, we need Twitch, then I circle back to what I was saying before. We need Twitch to be a more self-sufficient business. Then I would argue give people more reason to interact with the systems there and try and put content on there people would buy more. Don't just bleed out your currently only source of income. That seems like a bad idea. Why are you bleeding me, Stealth? Cut it out.
But it'd be funny.
That'd be funny. I mean, I'll be real, Stealth. I mean, not Stealth. Chat, I keep getting the S's confused. I'm sorry. But I think I have always thought like there might come a time where it would just be better to have your own website that you stream your streams on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not twitch.tv/CahillComics, it's just Cahill Comics TV, basically. Because Twitch has sunk the boat. So that might happen at some point, but who knows? Who knows what the future holds? We got this now, so it's better to focus on the That's why they call it the present. Now is a gift, Stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is why they call it a present. I'm trying to... it would probably just be best if I... He's got a little metal diaper. The best chill TV ever invented. Thank you, Rico. I try my best. You know, I do what I can. Ugh. I might have to call it. I'm really scared about the quality of the art. And it sucks because I took a lot of time for myself this week. And that means I have not gotten a comic done. And I do not like that that is the case, but I feel like it would be better to deliver a more solid product later and own up for that financially than just try and push something lazier onto people and be like, it's fine, right? So that might just be what I do tomorrow. Finish this up, work on commissions. If I can, I don't want to rush it tomorrow either, but if I can get it done before the end of Monday, then maybe I won't have to cancel the Patreon charge, but we'll see. Well, I'm gonna call it a night then. Go lay in bed, because I'm just not... I've worn myself out. But I appreciate everyone being here. Let's see who we should raid. It's not that big of a bummer. Like, I'm a little bummed at myself, but I'm just like, oh, I tried. I can just... There just gets to a point where my brain starts slipping, which is the weirdest possible way to phrase that, but... And I'm just like, I don't know... Because something interesting about art is... And I think what you need to know, what you need to do in order to make quote-unquote good art is just be able to look at something and say, how can I, you know, what's wrong here? How can I make it look more like what I want it to look like? And when I get too tired, my brain stops doing that. So I think I just have to. I think I just have to pack it in. Oh, I want to raid Dither, but they're playing Tears of the Kingdom. Who else could we raid? Let me see. Is there anyone mayhaps in the watch? I don't want to raid someone doing Tears of the Kingdom. I don't want spoils. Who should we raid? We should raid someone, right? Like probably. Probably. Like gosh. Well, Pulsar was the last person to go live in the watch thing. Chat, you got any ideas? Who should you raid? Who should we raid, Shadow Mage? Either raid Keostar or... Yeah. I may end up doing just Keostar then. Because I'd prefer to check out your friend before I raid them in that case. So, we'll do Keostar. I hope you guys can give them my love. I was trying to be... Because I was looking for people because I could pick someone from the homepage and be like, ah, yes, them. But I was like, I have no idea how that's going to go. I like to explore outside the watch, but don't want to risk raiding someone not great over that. I'm sure Shadow Mage's friend is great, but you know, just checking out the. I'm tired. Yeah, exactly. You never know what kind, because they could be like, "Hello, we are doing a game with a lot of warnings." So, I'm tired anyway. Believe when you... I'd listen. Thank you for coming. Thanks for all the support. We'll be live tomorrow with Fortnite after I've disappointed everyone who subbed on the Patreon. So, I'll see y'all then. I appreciate y'all. Bye.